I just got home and it was definitely a day. I have several people that I'm like training or responsible for if they have any questions. That takes a lot out of me sometimes. I really enjoy like the teaching aspect of training and you know, having people kind of under my wing, answering questions and like problem solving other people's projects. It is amazing how much more like mentally taxing that is compared to like just me sitting at my computer and just doing my projects all day. For lunch, I ordered a pizza with some of my coworkers, so I'll probably just have that for dinner as well. When it's nice out at work, we'll go for a walk on our breaks, but it wasn't super warm out today, so we did not walk, and so I get like a little bit of movement. I'll probably just go walk 10 minutes I have a treadmill in my basement. I like having some sort of routine when I get home. Some weeks I have like an earlier shift, so I get home early, and then I have quite a bit that I can do when I get home, but other nights I work a later shift, so I get home late and I hardly have any time, so it just kind of depends on what shift I'm working that particular week. And I definitely do not do these things every single night. Sometimes I get home and I'm just exhausted and I don't feel like doing anything, and it pretty much takes everything I have just to make myself dinner, take a shower, and I immediately go to bed. Other nights I am a little bit more productive, and it's nice to have kind of like a routine where that helps me get prepped for the next work day, and also like gives me some time for like my brain to kind of wind down, if you will. I try to stick to at least some sort of small routine. Really like to like have an idea of a to-do list in my head, at least a little productive, but I definitely don't do this every single night. When I'm at work and I have a chunk of time where I'm working on more repetitive tasks, I like to play a podcast or a show, and this week I've been watching this series called The Program. It's about troubled teenagers and how they get sent to different institutions or like a wilderness camp, and they are basically being kidnapped and sent to live in really abusive conditions for months, with no educational or government oversight, and the parents have little contact with their kids, so they have no idea how bad it is. Paris Hilton is a big advocate for shutting down these types of places, and it's crazy because these programs still absolutely exist today. For tonight, though, I think I'll watch another episode of This Is Us, which, if you have not watched the show, this is a very good show. I'm kind of obsessed with it. Even though it's been out for several years, I'm just now discovering how good it is. Even when it feels like the last thing I want to be doing, I always try to clean up my kitchen the night before so a mess isn't the first thing I see in the morning. It really helps my mindset start on track for the day. In my job, I sit at a computer all day and I also have arthritis. So taking the time to really stretch and breathe makes a big difference, not only for my neck and back, but for my joints as well. It calms me down after a long day, and I swear it helps me sleep better. I can always tell a difference in my body if I miss a couple days. My nights are when I have the most time to work on my video editing, my social media, designing new prints for my Etsy shop, writing blog posts, creating Pinterest pins. I try to be really strategic and mindful of my time. When I sit down at my computer, I already have a list of things I want to accomplish. Do I always get everything done? No. But it makes me much more productive to have some kind of plan as opposed to logging in and spending 15 minutes trying to decide what I want to work on and what takes priority. This is my favorite part of the night. There's nothing like crawling into a cozy bed. I like to spend some time drawing on my iPad using Procreate. I find it to be really relaxing, and it's one of my goals this year to improve my art, so I always try to set aside at least a few times a week for drawing, and I have been posting my progress on Instagram and TikTok. I always try to have a book on my nightstand. I had a professor in college who recommended reading at least 7 pages of a book before you go to bed every night, and that always stuck with me. Right now I'm reading The Woman Outside My Door by Rachel Ryan. Let me know in the comments what habits you like to incorporate into your night routine. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.